Hello, my name is Christopher Coates and I am the editor of Whisky Magazine. It's my great pleasure to welcome you to the Global Whisky Magazine Awards for 2021. This broadcast will include the presentation of our global icons of whisky before we move on to the announcement of the world's best whiskies for this year, as chosen by the judges of the World Whiskies Awards. Finally, we'll recap those titans of the industry who have thus far been inducted into our Hall of Fame this year. We'll be sharing their acceptance speeches, and then we'll conclude with just one more inductee for 2021. The headline sponsor of this presentation is Glencairn Crystal, and our category sponsors are Amarin Top Series, Blue Box Design, Bruni Urban, Casknolia, Christie's, the Glenturret, Larkfire, McLaren Packaging, Rankin Brothers and Sons, Scotch Bonnet, Hrasnik 1860, UPS and Westrock. Thank you to all of them for helping make these awards possible. Now before we get underway, I'd encourage you to please give this video a like and either follow or subscribe to whichever social channel you happen to be watching on. Also don't forget that you can share your thoughts on the results with us by using the hashtag Whisky Mag Awards. We will begin the evening with the presentation of our global icons of whisky for 2021. Now whether it be a breathtaking advertising campaign, an awe-inspiring distillery visitor experience, jaw-dropping bartending prowess or pure distilling excellence, these awards were created to highlight the very best people and places in the world of whisky. It is our great pleasure to bestow these individuals, these businesses, and in some instances, the work that they've created with the honour of being named as our global icons of whisky for this year. It is worth pointing out that all of the shortlisted entrants that follow have already been successful in their respective local round of these Icons Awards. And it's undeniable that they are all titans of the industry and that without these people and places and the work done to promote them, the world of whisky just would not be the same. Nevertheless, there can only be one global champion in each category, and it was with great difficulty that our panel of judges had to choose between the best and brightest from America, Australia, Ireland, India, Scotland, and our rest of world categories. As always, we have been absolutely inspired by all of our winners, and it is apparent that they are all united by an unrivaled passion for whisky and a shared commitment to excellence in their respective fields within the whisky industry. Now before we move on to our first category, I'd like to thank specifically our Icons of Whisky sponsors, who are Glencairn Crystal, the Glenturret, Hrasnik 1860, Larkfire, Casknolia, Christie's, Westrock, Scotch Bonnet and McLaren Packaging. Our first set of categories are our Icons of Whisky Bar Awards, starting with Bartender of the Year. Here's the shortlist of regional winners. Now our winner is based in New York City at a bar that is notable for many things, including some of the top spirit sommeliers in the city. One of those people is our winner, who has earned a reputation for his impressively comprehensive knowledge of whisky, including the styles, distillery information, barrel choices and grains. He has not only provides guests with an excellent whisky, but also with the education and the story behind every single dram he serves. Congratulations to Tomo Matsushita of Copper & Oak in New York City. Our next category is Bar Manager of the Year. Here's the shortlist of regional winners. Our winner is a general manager of a multi-award-winning bar in Kilkenny, Ireland. A prominent member of the Kilkenny Whisky Guild, he is heavily involved in all things whisky, both Irish and international. What's more, he has helped curate an extensive whisky collection that includes a wide range of Irish, American and Scotch whiskies, and he shares his excellent knowledge of these categories with anyone who takes a seat at the bar. Congratulations to our winner, who is Patrick Rafter of Paris, Texas Bar. Our next category is Hotel Bar of the Year. Here's the shortlist of regional winners on screen now. Located in Scotland's capital, this bar is the perfect setting in which to spend an evening immersed in world-class whisky. It has more than 500 unique Scotch whiskies available, all of which are located in the bar's beautiful oak-panelled whisky cabinet, and the knowledgeable team here provides all visitors with a superb experience. There are whiskies available from the Highlands, Lowlands, Islands, Islay and Speyside. Of course, there's Campbelltown too, and its collection is one of the largest in Edinburgh and is undoubtedly a global leader when it comes to enjoying whisky while staying at a world-class hotel. Our winner is, of course, Scotch at the Balmoral Hotel. Our next category is Bar Group of the Year. Here's the shortlist of regional winners on screen now. Our winner is composed of 9 well-established gastropubs that offer visitors a truly traditional Irish pub experience. With growing success, the group is ensuring that it keeps consumer experience at the core of each and every decision, with all venues providing a reflection of the surrounding community, which means that no two venues are the same. Furthermore, every location is delivering a superb whisky experience to all who seek it out. Our winner is the Chalk Group. The final category in our Icons Bar Awards is the coveted title of Bar of the Year. Here's the shortlist of regional winners. Our winning bar provides an incredible setting for first-time whisky drinkers and whisky aficionados alike. The menu offers one of the world's largest documented selections of whiskies, as well as a superb cocktail offering. And all of this can be enjoyed while watching the evening unfold over Bandra's skyline. As you might have guessed, our winner is the Atrium Bar and Lounge at the Taj Lands End, Mumbai. We now move on to our Retailer Awards, starting with the Buyer of the Year. Here's the shortlist of our regional winners. Our winner oversees his company's impressive spirits portfolio, and his role requires that not only can he anticipate whisky trends, but also start them. A prime example of this was his success in this area when he put small batch spirits on the shelves at this retailer before the craft scene had taken off in the United States, which proved to be a real boon for Binny's Beverage Depot. Our winner is Brett Pontoni. Our next category is Travel Retailer of the Year, for which we have no shortlist. We do have a winner though, and our winner stands as one of the largest players in global travel retail. They own and manage duty-free and duty-paid retail outlets across Europe and the Middle East, Asia Pacific and the Americas too. The Loop at Dublin Airport was created following the collation of customer insights and has since received much acclaim, while the Irish Whisky Collection was created to provide a sophisticated Irish product offering at the Loop, and is now an integral part of this shopping experience. You've probably guessed it, our winner is, of course, Arianta International. Our next category is Own Brand Supermarket of the Year. Here's that shortlist of regional winners. Our winner has an ever-growing range of own brand whiskies that's going from strength to strength, and perfectly reflects the array of whiskies enjoyed across the UK today. Year on year, our winner has proven to be a supermarket that takes on board feedback from its consumers, while also continuing to consistently offer attractively priced and great quality whiskies, a number of which have actually picked up awards from Whisky Magazine and the World Whiskies Awards. Our winner is Lidl. Our next category is Supermarket of the Year. Here's the shortlist of regional winners. As the third largest retailer in the world when measured by gross revenues, and with shops in 5 different countries across Europe, our winner has curated an impressively varied selection of whiskies on this roster that span the breadth and depth of the global whisky industry. But they have particular attention paid to the Scotch whisky category. But from Islay to Speyside, Ireland and all the way over to Tennessee, this supermarket offers something to please all whisky lovers. Our winner is Tesco. Up next is Online Retailer of the Year. Here's the shortlist of those regional winners. Our winner was founded in 1999 as a family business and has gone from strength to strength in becoming the internet's top specialist retailer for whiskey and spirits. Over the years, this company has stuck to one simple philosophy, and that's to never rest on its laurels. The team here constantly strives to discover new products with genuine heritage and high quality, while also regularly improving online functionality and always delivering a high quality shopping experience for its customers. They've also been particularly notable for delivering very high quality content alongside the shopping experience. The winner is the Whisky Exchange. Our next category is Single Outlet Retailer of the Year, which is sponsored by the Glenturret. We'll now take a short break to hear a message from them. Back soon.
Hi, I'm John Loney, Managing Director at the Glenturret. We're incredibly proud to be sponsoring the world's best Single Outlet Retailer Award at Icons of Whisky. Good luck.
Established in 1763 in Crieff, Highland, Perthshire, the Glenturret is recognised as Scotland's oldest working distillery. With more than 250 years of whisky making heritage, the Glenturret's range of 6 exclusive malts are bonded by their true scarcity and exceptional quality. Handcrafted by the highly respected whisky maker Bob Dalgarno and presented in a beautiful bottle designed by Lalique, every bottle has been guided by the Glenturret Trinity: provenance, prowess and passion. 3 touchstones that underpin everything that the Glenturret is. The Trinity combines their extraordinary provenance of people, place and spirit with their traditional prowess in handcrafted whisky making and an enduring passion for bringing whisky lovers' moments to treasure. Reflecting their tradition of exceptional quality, the Trinity ensures that the Glenturret continues to create moments to treasure in spirit and glass. The light and subtle triple wood welcomes whisky lovers into the Glenturret range. Next comes the sweet and smoky flavours of the 10-year-old peat smoke, before the richness and complexity of the 12-year-old. For those seeking a more venerably aged dram, there is an elegant mastery of the 15 years old. And, most indulgent of all, the extremely scarce 25 and 30-year-old expressions.
Welcome back. Now we're on to our Single Outlet Retailer of the Year category. Here's the shortlist of those regional winners. The winner of our Single Outlet Retailer of the Year category is located in the heart of Dublin city centre and is Ireland's premier whisky shop. It first opened in June 2003 and since that time has not only built strong ties with producers of Irish whisky, but also has listened to the feedback of consumers to ensure its offering is always on the cutting edge. You might have guessed it, our winner is, of course, the Celtic Whisky Shop. Our final retailer award is for Multiple Outlets Retailer. Here's the shortlist of regional winners. Our winner has been a Chicago family-owned business since 1948, becoming the Midwest's most prominent wine, spirits and beer superstore. Across Illinois, the retailer has 44 locations in which you are always provided with a selection of whiskies that has been carefully crafted to ensure that consumers are enjoying the very best selection of whiskies from all over the world. I'm sure you know who it is. That winner is Binny's Beverage Depot. That concludes our Icons of Whiskey Retailer Awards. We now move on to our People Awards, the first of which is Visitor Attraction Manager, which is sponsored by Hrasnik 1860. We'll now take a short break to hear a message from them.
Hello, I'm Klemen Reisman, Sales and Marketing Director of Hrasnik 1860, premium glass packaging producer.
Located in the heart of Europe, with more than 160 years of history, Steklarna Hrasnik is renowned as a global partner for developing and manufacturing world-class engineering glass products. Famous for creating with one of the clearest glasses in the world, Steklarna Hrasnik create a wide array of products, including premium bottles for the spirits and cosmetic industries, and tableware products too. All of Steklarna Hrasnik's products are distinguished by a perfect combination of style and quality, from traditional designs to innovative, award-winning designer solutions. Being made of top quality glass, all their products are acclaimed for their perfect crystal shine and being completely free of heavy metals. When working with Steklarna Hrasnik, not only are the volumes tailored to the customer's needs, but so are the products themselves. All items can be customized through comprehensive decoration techniques which result in unique and stunning results, which speak to their customer's vision. Steklarna Hrasnik is the one-stop shop that offers a full range of services, from idea to development and from design to delivery, all while focusing on flexible and excellent service, quick arrival to the market and tailor-made solutions.
Welcome back. We're now on to our Visitor Attraction Manager of the Year category. Here's the shortlist of our regional winners on screen now. Over the years, our winner has curated an exceptional skill for communicating about whiskey, while working tirelessly to showcase the spirit and the place in which it's made, which straddles both the lowland and the highland regions of Scotland. His role at Glengoyne Distillery is more than just a job to him, and it's very clearly a passion. A fact that ensures there's excellence in everything he does for this visitor experience. Our winner is Stuart Hendry. Our next category is World Whisky Brand Ambassador of the Year. Here's the shortlist. Our winner is the Brand Ambassador and Global PR Officer for Taiwan's Kavalan Distillery. Her work at the distillery is varied, meaning that one day she could be spending it with the sales team, another with the blending team, and another travelling to promote Kavalan's liquid and sharing the brand's story. She's made the smooth transition from in-person tastings to online during the pandemic and continues to showcase Kavalan's whiskey through the medium of virtual tastings and discussions broadcast all over the world. Our winner is Caitlin Tsai. Our next category is Irish Whisky Brand Ambassador of the Year. Here's the shortlist. Now, our winner has a role as a Senior Brand Manager and Global Brand Ambassador. And the role is actually even more varied and complex than that, made even more so by the challenging landscape of whiskey and the world in the last year. Her brand, Lambay Irish Whiskey, launched in 2018, and having previously worked for Jameson for 9 years, our winner has ensured that its story is introduced to the masses, showcasing the brand's unique blending expertise and maturation know-how. Our winner is Sabina Sheehan. Our next category is American Whisky Brand Ambassador. Here's the shortlist. Our winner's career began as an Irish naval officer, which is not the typical starting point for those in spirits. However, after some years, he turned his hand to working as a spirits salesman, from which point his skills have really taken flight. He started his whisky career with Irish distillers in South Africa and Ireland as well, where he was able to specialise in its luxury portfolio. Following on from this role, he then moved to High Spirits Ireland, where he now works as part of the global Sazerac family. Our winner is Michael Cowman. Next up is Scotch Whisky Brand Ambassador of the Year. Here's the shortlist of our regional winners. During her time as the Macallan's Regional Brand Ambassador and Brand Education Manager, our winner has become adept at adapting to the ever-changing whisky market. The main focus of her role is to inspire consumers while also educating them about the ways in which the Macallan crafts its whiskies. During the pandemic, her average time spent travelling has been reduced to nothing, like is the case for most of us. However, this hasn't stopped her and has meant that she's been spending her time finding fresh ways to educate and engage the market in the wonders of whisky, which is something that she has truly excelled at. Our winner is Nicola Riska. We now move on to the Distillery Manager of the Year category, which is sponsored by Larkfire Water for Whisky. We'll now pause for a quick message from them.
Hi, I'm James McIntosh, founder of Larkfire Wild Water for Whisky, and we are delighted to be sponsoring the Icons of Whisky World's Best Distillery Manager Award.
Enjoying water with whisky has been part of Scottish heritage since the invention of the drink itself. Too often though, hard minerals or tap waters are added which can easily spoil this subtle and complex drink. As whisky drinkers, the founders of Larkfire wanted to find the purest, softest water that is untainted by minerals. Thus began the 2-year search that led them across the length and breadth of Scotland. And, after consulting master blenders, chemicals and geologists, they came to the Isle of Lewis. A place that's hard to get to, but worth the effort. Lewis is made up of some of the oldest rock in the world, Lewisian gneiss. Importantly, this rock is metamorphic and insoluble, making the water very soft. Now, in partnership with the Stornoway Trust, every can of Larkfire water is sourced from the island and a percentage of every sale goes back to the community. Adding Larkfire water to whisky amplifies its characteristics within the nose and on the palate, softening the ethanol alcohol notes and creating a luxurious, softer and longer mouthfeel.
Welcome back. It's now time to reveal our Distillery Manager of the Year. But first, here is the global shortlist of our regional winners. After graduating from Manhattan College with a major in chemical engineering in 2006, our winner took a winding road to her first industry position as Master Blender for Kings County Distillery in 2010. After many successful years there, in 2018 she was appointed as General Manager and Distiller at Cascade Hollow Distilling Company, home of the George Dickel Tennessee Whiskey. Her work over the past decade has been a testament to the fact that drive and determination are key to success in the industry. Our winner is Nicole Austin. Our final People Award is for Master Distiller or Master Blender of the Year, which is sponsored by Casknolia. We'll now take a short break to hear a message from them.
Hello from southern Spain. My name is Rafa Cabello, CEO and Master Cooper at Casknolia. I'm very happy to participate in 2020 World Whisky Awards. It is an honor for me and my company to announce the Master Distiller, a job that I respect honestly because it needs a special capacity, a deep knowledge, constancy, tenacity and creativity. Good luck to all this year nominees. Adios, amigo.
Cask Nolia is a cooperage based in the Montilla-Moriles wine region, home of the famous Amontillado wine and the Pedro Jimenez grape. Cask Nolia casks are destined for distilleries that produce high-quality spirits all over the world. These are distilleries that share both the same values as the cooperage and a commitment to quality craftsmanship. Like the team at Cask Nolia, these distillers are entrepreneurs who know their product in detail and want to achieve a unique character for their spirits. Cask Nolia casks offer an unprecedented versatility in the market. More than 20 different types of wine are available for seasoning, from sherry to marsala, organic Pedro Jimenez to port, while more than 10 different cask formats are available, built from 4 types of oak sourced from 2 continents. This allows distillers to fully take control of maturation. The Cask Nolia team's vocation as coopers ensured that they always strive to help their clients, who are some of the world's most creative distillers, and especially those who are looking to bring nuance and depth of flavour to their spirits. Under the watchful eye of Rafael Cabello, CEO and Master Cooper, the cooperage has pioneered the seasoning of barrels with organic wine for its Cask Nolia barrels. Indeed, in all elements of their business, Cask Nolia is committed to preserving the environment and recognises that protecting the planet is only possible through cooperation. As a result, the business thinks in terms of traceability and sustainability, from when the raw material is obtained to the moment the product is delivered to distilleries. Cask Nolia, the soul of spirits. Welcome back. It's now time to announce our global Master Distiller or Master Blender of the Year. But first, here's our shortlist of regional winners. Our winner has had a life that is truly interwoven with the whisky industry. His father worked at the Glenallachie Distillery and he followed in his dad's footsteps, starting at the Macallan in 1984 as a warehouseman. After learning the skills of each aspect of the whisky making process, he went on to spend 30 years at the Macallan Distillery in Speyside, exceptionally fulfilling the role of whisky maker before stepping into his new position as Master Blender of the Glenturret. Our winner is, of course, Bob Dalgarno. That concludes our People Awards. Congratulations to all of our winners. We now move on to our Producer Awards, starting with Visitor Attraction of the Year, which is sponsored by Christie's. We'll now take a short break to hear a message from Christie's.
Hello, my name is Noah May and I'm the head of wine and spirits at Christie's Auctioneers, and we're delighted to be the sponsor of the world's best whisky visitor attraction category at the Icons of Whisky Awards.
Founded in 1766 by James Christie, Christie's has conducted the greatest and most celebrated auctions throughout the centuries, including some of the finest and rarest wines and spirits from around the world. Since the first auction 255 years ago, which offered a selection of rare claret and Madeira, our sales have presented collectors with the opportunity to acquire single bottles or collections from Bordeaux, Burgundy, through to single malts from Scotland, and many other renowned regions. Christie's offers around 350 auctions annually in over 80 categories, including all areas of fine and decorative arts, jewellery, photographs, collectibles, wine and spirits, and more. Prices range from $200 to over $100 million. Christie's has a long and successful history of conducting private sales for clients, and online sales are offered year-round across all categories. Christie's global presence is spread across a network of international sales rooms, 61 representatives and offices. Christie's.com provides detailed articles and videos on the objects offered for sale, alongside the latest advances in digital viewing tools to make Christie's accessible to all.
And we're back. It's now time to announce the Visitor Attraction of the Year for 2021. But first, here's the shortlist of our regional winners. Our winner is based in Yilan County, Taiwan, and has been a pioneering force in the art of the single malt whisky creation there since 2005. Visitors to this distillery can witness spirit being created using the mineral-rich meltwaters of Snow Mountain and seeing it being matured in the challenging conditions of high heat and high humidity, which is tempered by the dramatic sea and mountain breezes which make Taiwan's preeminent whisky distillery a must-see destination for all lovers of whisky. You know it already, but I'm still going to say it. The winner is Cavalan. Our next category is Campaign Innovator of the Year. Here's the shortlist of regional winners. Our Seattle-based winner is innovating in the American single malt category by exploring the depth and breadth of distilling possibilities within its home landscape. Their Outpost range is an exploration of Pacific Northwest provenance and looks into the unknown possibilities that have not yet been pursued in American single malt. The new collection includes 3 expressions that delve into the intricacies of wood, grain and land: Gariana, Colère and Solum. Their campaign to promote these innovative whiskies has been quite something to behold, and that means that our winner for this year is Westland for the launch of their Outpost range. Our next category is Brand Innovator of the Year, which is sponsored by Westrock. We'll now take a short break to hear a message from them.
Hi, my name's Ian Lloyd. I'm proud to lead the global marketing team at Westrock's Multi-Packaging Solutions. We are a leading provider of sustainable and impactful paperboard packaging solutions to the premium wines and spirits industries worldwide. We're proud today to sponsor this award, the world's best brand innovator.
Westrock has enjoyed a long partnership with the spirits industry, developing award-winning packaging solutions to enhance the appeal of the world's leading brands. With extensive global resources, industry-specific design expertise, and impressive local capabilities, they are perfectly placed to deliver a unique combination of packaging products. Cartons, labels, tubes, and rigid boxes are tailored to the customer's individual requirements and feature innovative and luxurious finishing processes. Importantly too, Westrock is committed to help you meet your sustainability goals without compromising your packaging's functional performance. Clever constructional designs that require no fitments, linerless cartons, and paper-based tubes are just a few of the single material pack formats. They also offer sustainable, plastic-free and reduced plastic content alternatives to film laminates and metallic foils, without reducing shelf impact.
Welcome back. It's now time to reveal the winner of our Brand Innovator of the Year. But first, here's the shortlist. Our winner is located on the banks of the River Sûre, housed in a state-of-the-art facility that was originally purchased by spirits producer Diageo in 2004. The building was converted for distilling in 2015 and now provides the space for the creation of an Irish whisky with terroir at its heart. Their first whisky run occurred in 2016 with the release of its first cuvée, Pilgrimage, arriving on the market in April 2020. For their innovative approach to both packaging and communication, Waterford Distillery is our Brand Innovator of the Year for 2021. Now we come to our award for Sustainable Distillery of the Year, which is sponsored by Scotch Bonnet. We'll now break for a short message from them.
Hello, I'm Ross Morrison. I'm the founder of the Scotch Bonnet and the sponsor of this year's award for the Best Sustainable Distillery. An extremely relevant category when you consider just how much of the angel share our Scotch Bonnets can save you.
The Scotch Bonnet is a device fitted to casks, designed to reduce the amount of spirit which evaporates from casks during their years of maturation. Over the decades, many attempts have been made to negate the loss of alcohol due to evaporation during maturation, commonly referred to as the angel's share. These attempts have included tarring casks to seal them and even wrapping barrels in polythene. However, it has been generally judged that these methods, while successful in halting the loss of alcohol, are failures due to their prevention of air exchange, in and out of the cask. However, the new Scotch bonnet device is the answer to this conundrum. Made from a sustainably sourced natural fiberboard, the bonnet does not entirely eliminate evaporation from the barrel, but has been shown to significantly decrease the loss of alcohol without negatively impacting the maturation process or the taste of the spirit. After 42 months of testing on site in a warehouse of a distillery in Scotland, the team behind the Scotch bonnet have hailed the trial a success, with as much as 5.5 kilograms of malt spirit saved from evaporation over the period. The Scotch bonnet is now patented worldwide and is being used by spirit distillers in Scotland, North America, Taiwan and the Caribbean.
Welcome back. It's almost time to reveal the winner of Sustainable Distillery of the Year. But first up, here's that shortlist. Our winner is Scotland's first 100% organic whisky producer, based in Drimmen in the Scottish Highlands. This distillery was started by Annabel Thomas, and her mission was to create a whisky that could exist harmoniously with the planet. The distillery now uses everything from renewable energy to recycled glass and cardboard packaging. Nothing is allowed to go to waste, and even leftover grain is used to feed the local cows. The distillery's maiden release sold out in just 36 hours, as well as breaking records for the first bottling released selling at auction for a casual £41,004. I'm sure you've guessed it already, but our winner is the one and only Knocknean Distillery. We now move on to Craft Producer of the Year. Here's the shortlist of regional winners. Way back in 2011, brothers Robert and Jonathan Licorice decided to take a bold step. Robert was finishing his law degree while Jonathan was working as a biomedical engineer when they decided it was time to pursue distilling. Following several years of interning within the industry, the pair set down roots in Denison, Texas. Their distillery opened in 2014, managed by their mother, Marcia, and now the team mash, ferment, distill, barrel age and bottle all on site. Their spirits are created using heirloom and non-GMO corn from local farms, and their aim is to capture the flavour of North Texas. Our winner is Iron Root Republic. We now move on to our final producer award, the coveted title of Distiller of the Year. This category is sponsored by Glencairn Crystal and will now break for a short message from them.
Hello, I'm Paul Davidson, Managing Director of Glencairn Crystal, creators of the Glencairn glass, and we're delighted to be sponsoring the Icons of Whisky Distillery category.
Glencairn Crystal are a leading manufacturer of bespoke crystal and glass, and for over 3 decades this family business has gained an international reputation for fine crystal and glassware. Based in Scotland, the company has been built on a commitment to personal service and quality marksmanship, and is perhaps best known by its customers for their world-famous Glencairn whisky glass. In the industry, however, they are known as leading global experts in packaging for super premium spirits, and have been supplying the whisky industry with creative, premium, quality glassware for over 30 years. Proud to work with great whisky companies and their brands, the Glencairn team's unique knowledge of the crystal glassware industry means that they can answer the most challenging of questions and tackle the most complex of tasks with ease.
Welcome back. We'll soon be revealing the identity of our Distiller of the Year for 2021. But here are the regional winners that our judges had to choose from. Our winner sells its brands in more than 170 countries worldwide, as well as being one of the largest American-owned spirits and wine producers. The company was founded in 1870 by George Garvin Brown, and Old Forester Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, his original brand, was America's first bottled bourbon. In the present day, the company is run by the 5th generation of the Brown family, employs more than 4,700 people worldwide, and has more than 25 brands in its portfolio. You know who it is. Our Distiller of the Year for 2021 is Brown-Forman. That concludes our Producer Awards. Congratulations to all of our winners. We now move on to our final set of Icons of Whiskey categories, the Communicator Awards. And our first category is Communicator of the Year. Here's the shortlist of regional winners. During his career, our winner has curated an extensive amount of experience in broadcast and online journalism. In 2005, he created what is now the world's leading whiskey podcast as a space in which to serve lovers of whiskey with news and up-to-date information on the spirit they love most. Over the years, this project has grown to create a worldwide community, providing webcasts, audio and video broadcasts, extensive social media output, and regular coverage on whiskycast.com. The winner is Mark Gillespie. Next up is the Advertising Agency of the Year. Here's the shortlist. Our winner was born into the digital age, and working with clients to provide media effectiveness and delivering transformative processes is second nature to everyone at this agency. The brand has offices in both Manchester and Edinburgh, from where they reach out and build relationships with their clients, always being sure to enshrine their values of progressiveness, openness, positivity, unity and agility in everything they do. The winner is Republic of Media. We now move on to the Design Agency of the Year, which is sponsored by McLaren Packaging. We'll now take a quick break for a message from them.
Hi there, my name is Michael McLaren. I'm the Sales and Marketing Director for McLaren Packaging. We are the sponsors of the World's Best Design Agency category in the Icons of Whiskey.
Established in 1979 as an independent supplier of corrugated cases to the whisky industry, McLaren Packaging is a family-run company. One that supplies a large range of customers, from small, independent operators through to large multinational organisations. Employing more than 210 people and operating across 5 sites in central Scotland, McLaren specialise in the design and manufacture of premium, paper-based packaging for the spirits industry, and apply over 40 years of expertise across a wide range of paper substrates to meet their customers' requirements and deliver added value for their brands and products. From high-quality flexographic printing to award-winning shaped composite tubes and rigid boxes, McLaren Packaging leads on innovation, quality and service.
Welcome back. It's now time to reveal the winner of Design Agency of the Year. Here's the regional shortlist from which our judges had to choose. Located in the heart of London, our winner is all about the power of simplicity, providing stripped-back ideas for packaging. The team's approach to design is not set in stone, and they work on each project intuitively, meaning that the agency continues to be curious and open to new ideas and ways of creating. The brand has a roster of clients that are both big and small, but always excels at providing expertise in brand strategy and brand design. Our winner is Nude Brand Creation. Last but not least, it's time for our final Icons of Whiskey Award for 2021, PR Agency of the Year. Here's the shortlist of regional winners. Our winner is a specialist public relations company that focuses on the food and drink sectors, working with household brands and providing PR strategies to suit any situation. The varied talents found among its sizable team can be recognised as the heart of its success, with each member bringing their own unique set of skills to the table. This helps ensure that this particular agency is able to work with some of the most innovative brands in the world of whisky and beyond. The winner is Story PR. That concludes the presentation of our Icons of Whisky Awards for 2021. Congratulations to all of our winners and thanks again to our sponsors. They are Glencairn Crystal, the Glenturret, Krasnik 1860, Larkfire, Casknolia, Christie's, Westrock, Scotch Bonnet and McLaren Packaging. But stay tuned because it's now time to move on to the announcement of our country winners and world's best from the 2021 World Whiskies Awards. I'll now pass you over to Awards Director Anita Uzazi, who comes to you from the wonderful Gyre and Gimble Bar in Norwich. Thank you to them for playing host. But before we dive into that action, here's a short message from the World Whiskies Awards title sponsor, Glencairn Crystal.
Hello, I'm Paul Davidson, Managing Director of Glencairn Crystal, creators of the Glencairn glass, and we're delighted to be the title sponsor for the World Whisky Awards.
Glencairn Crystal are a leading manufacturer of bespoke crystal and glass, and for over 3 decades this family business has gained an international reputation for fine crystal and glassware. Based in Scotland, the company has been built on a commitment to personal service and quality marksmanship, and is perhaps best known by its customers for their world-famous Glencairn whisky glass. In the industry, however, they are known as leading global experts in packaging for super premium spirits and have been supplying the whisky industry with creative, premium, quality glassware for over 30 years. Proud to work with great whisky companies and their brands, the Glencairn team's unique knowledge of the crystal glassware industry means that they can answer the most challenging of questions and tackle the most complex of tasks with ease.
Congratulations to all our Icons winners and welcome to the World Whiskies Awards 2021 Global Winner Celebration. My name is Anita Uzazi and I'm the Awards Director of the World Drinks Awards. Ordinarily, these awards are made up of 2 sections, taste and design, but the extraordinary circumstances of the past year mean the design awards are yet to be decided. The winners will be announced later in 2021 once judging can take place safely. And now it's time to reveal who our World Whiskies Awards 2021 country winners and world's best whiskies are. To make this possible, a big thanks goes out to our sponsors: Blue Box Design, Bruni Urban, Christie's, Glencairn, Krasnik 1860, Larkfire, Rankin and UPS for their continued support while working together with us to find alternatives to our traditional in-person presentation and judging events. With almost 1,000 whiskies received for tasting this year, it's been an extraordinarily challenging 12 months. Not just in terms of volume, but also the fact that we could not hold any in-person tastings. Nevertheless, with over 100 judges globally, more than 9,000 sample bottles made their way to our tasters. When it comes to hosting awards on a global scale, many hands make light work. And therefore a big thank you for making this possible goes out to all our regional operations teams led by Jack Rose in the US, Joseph Cassidy in Canada, Whiskey in Japan and my colleagues here in the UK. We must also extend heartfelt thanks to our judges who all met online in dedicated tasting sessions via Zoom and shared their expertise in order to evaluate each sample individually. It's been an incredible experience and has certainly shown us avenues in which to continuously improve the process. But again, none of this would have been possible without all the great people involved across all parts of the operation who were all willing to help and work together to make this a great year and of course make us look forward to next year already. Over the course of the past 4 months, samples were tasted round by round, country by country, and we are delighted to now present the final results. All previously announced category winners, our round 1 winners, can now keep their fingers crossed in hopes of becoming the best or regional winner in their category, which we will be announcing individually. And those regional winners can then hold their breath to find out who amongst them is being crowned world's best. So, here we go. We start with our US only categories, of which there are 3. The first up are our Tennessee whiskies. There are no regional winners, so we go straight to the world's best. And the world's best Tennessee whiskey is George Deacle, Bottled in Bond. Next up are the single barrel bourbons, where we have 2 regional winners, both contending for the title of world's best. They are the best Kentucky single barrel bourbon, Rebel Bourbon single barrel 10 years old, and the best non-Kentucky single barrel bourbon, which is Tumblin' Dice single barrel barrel proof. And the world's best single barrel bourbon goes to Tumblin' Dice single barrel barrel proof. And finally, for the bourbons, we have again 2 regional winners. The best non-Kentucky bourbon is Hirsch The Horizon, and the best Kentucky bourbon is W.L. Weller CYPB. And now for the world's best bourbon, which this year goes to W.L. Weller CYPB. Next up are our Canada-only Canadian blended whiskies. Again, no regional winners here. And the world's best Canadian blended whiskey is Royal Canadian Small Batch Canadian Whiskey. Now for our corn whiskies, here we have no regional winners. The world's best corn whiskey is Iron Root Republic Hubris. Congratulations! Moving on to our flavored whiskey category, this is sponsored by Christie's. And before revealing the regional winners and world's best title, we have a word from our sponsor.
Hello, my name is Noah May and I'm the head of wine and spirits at Christie's Auctioneers, and we're delighted to be the sponsor of the world's best flavoured whisky category at the World Whisky Awards.
Founded in 1766 by James Christie, Christie's has conducted the greatest and most celebrated auctions throughout the centuries, including some of the finest and rarest wines and spirits from around the world. Since the first auction 255 years ago, which offered a selection of rare claret and Madeira, our sales have presented collectors with the opportunity to acquire single bottles or collections from Bordeaux, Burgundy, through to single malts from Scotland, and many other renowned regions. Christie's offers around 350 auctions annually in over 80 categories, including all areas of fine and decorative arts, jewellery, photographs, collectibles, wine and spirits, and more. Prices range from $200 to over $100 million. Christie's has a long and successful history of conducting private sales for clients, and online sales are offered year-round across all categories. Christie's global presence is spread across a network of international sales rooms, 61 representatives and offices. Christie's.com provides detailed articles and videos on the objects offered for sale, alongside the latest advances in digital viewing tools to make Christie's accessible to all.
Now, here we have our 2 regional winners. The best American flavoured whiskey goes to Bird Dog Peanut Butter Flavoured Whiskey, and the best Canadian flavoured is SAP 56 Maple Whiskey. Coming to the world's best flavoured whiskey, it is Bird Dog Peanut Butter Flavoured Whiskey. Congratulations! This brings us to our grain category. This is sponsored by Logfire, and before we come to the winners, we will break for a short message.
Hi, I'm James McIntosh, founder of Larkfire, Wild Water for Whiskey, and we're delighted to be sponsoring the World Whiskies Awards and the World's Best Grain Whiskey Award.
Enjoying water with whiskey has been part of Scottish heritage since the invention of the drink itself. Too often though, hard minerals or tap waters are added which can easily spoil this subtle and complex drink. As whisky drinkers, the founders of Larkfire wanted to find the purest, softest water that is untainted by minerals. Thus began the 2-year search that led them across the length and breadth of Scotland. And, after consulting master blenders, chemicals and geologists, they came to the Isle of Lewis. A place that's hard to get to, but worth the effort. Lewis is made up of some of the oldest rock in the world, Lewisian gneiss. Importantly, this rock is metamorphic and insoluble, making the water very soft. Now, in partnership with the Stornoway Trust, every can of Larkfire water is sourced from the island, and a percentage of every sale goes back to the community. Adding Larkfire water to whisky amplifies its characteristics within the nose and on the palate, softening the ethanol alcohol notes and creating a luxurious, softer and longer mouthfeel.
Now, our regional grain winners are Best American, Bainbridge Yama, Japanese Misunada cask, single grain. Best Australian, native grain, Weeping Grass. Best Canadian, Shelter Point Distillery, Smoke Point Batch 2. Best Irish goes to Glendalough Distillery, Double Barrel. And the Best Israeli, which goes to Gulani Black, 5 years old. Best Japanese goes to Fuji Single Grain, 30 years old, small batch. And the Best Scottish goes to Compass Box Whisky Hedonism. And now the world's best grain whisky 2021 goes to Australia. Its native grain, Weeping Grass. An increasingly popular category is coming up next. Our new make regional winners are Best American 291 Colorado Whiskey, fresh Colorado whiskey. Best Canadian Macaloney's Caledonian Potent Triple Distilled Pot Still. Best Irish is the Bone Distillery New Make Pot Still Spirit. And the world's best new make is Bone Distillery New Make Pot Still Spirit. Congratulations! And coming up now are our pot still whiskies. Sponsored by UPS, we break for a short message before revealing the winners.
Hi, I'm Andy Smith, Country Manager of UPS Ireland, and we're proud to be sponsors of the category for the world's best pot still at the World Whisky Awards 2021. We at UPS are in the business of facilitating global trade with a long-term sustainability focus at the forefront. Today, for any whisky business, the customer base is the world, and it's important that the world stays connected. We put specific focus on the industry's specific needs and its trends. Our whisky companies here in Ireland and those around the world now say that e-commerce is a must-have part of their business, and they're all looking for faster and safer delivery options that make them more competitive. They trust UPS as a reliable partner that is always listening and looking ahead to help them grow. Providing a comprehensive portfolio of tailored services to alcohol businesses is a big part of the UPS role. We constantly develop new solutions to meet high standards, like our dedicated spirits packaging, to ensure safe delivery and a unique unboxing experience. UPS let our whisky customers do what they do best, crafting that unique taste, knowing that we will take care of the rest.
Here we have no regional winners. The world's best pot still is Redbreast, 21 years old. Coming up next are the rye whiskies. Our regional winners are Best American Rye, Redemption Plantation Rum Cask Finish. Best Australian Rye goes to Archie Rose Distilling, Rye Malt Whiskey. The Best Canadian Rye Whiskey is Lot Number 40, Dark Oak. Best Danish Rye is Stauning Whiskey, Malted Rye, Vermouth Cask Finish. The Best English Rye goes to Copperhouse Distillery, Rye Malt. The best German rye goes to the Westphalian cask 93. And the best Irish rye is Kilbeggan small batch rye Irish whiskey. And the world's best rye whiskey title this year is going to Canada. Congratulations to lot number 40, Dark Oak. And following on from the rye whiskies are our wheat whiskies. Here we have no regional winners shortlist. Our world's best wheat whiskey is 291 Colorado Whiskey E Colorado Whiskey batch number 7. This now brings us to the blended whiskey categories, starting with the blended malts. Here are the regional winners. Best American, Virginia Highland Whiskey, port cask finished. Best Australian, Adelaide Hills Distillery, 78 degrees whiskey. Best French, Belvoir Noir. Best Irish, Writer's Tears, Copper Pot. Best Japanese is the Kurayoshi 18 years old Japanese whiskey. And the best Scotch is Chivas Regal Altis. Best Swedish goes to Engelbrecht malt whiskey. And this brings us to the world's best. And the world's best blended malt goes to Chivas Regal Altis. The blended limited release category is up next. Sponsored by Bruni Urban, we'll break for a brief message from our sponsor before we announce the winners.
Hi, I'm David McDonald, Bruni Urban UK and Ireland Sales Manager. For over 70 years, Bruni Urban has been at the forefront of providing high quality packaging for the food and drinks industry across the United Kingdom and Ireland. Today, we are part of the Berlin packaging family with operations reaching across the globe, from our headquarters in Chicago and Milan to offices in Scotland and England and business units across Europe, South Africa and extending into the Far East. Since our humble beginning in the 1950s, Bruni Urban has developed and diversified. We now offer a vast, extensive catalogue of stock items, and with design teams on both sides of the Atlantic, we can help to deliver world-class expertise for bespoke products. Let's not also forget our industry-leading customer service and technical support. Beyond our full array of products, we offer services designed to streamline your supply chain, boost your profits and enhance your brand recognition. So please feel free to contact us and let's start a conversation to see what is possible. Slanjavar.
And our regional winners for blended limited release are Best Canadian, JP Wiser's 22 years old, cask strength, port cask finish. Best Irish goes to Teeling Whiskey, Stickin's Fancy Pineapple Rum Cask. Best Japanese is the Shiro's Malt and Grain Japanese Blended Whiskey Limited Edition 2021. And the world's best blended limited release goes to Ishiro's Malt and Grain Japanese Blended Whiskey Limited Edition 2021. Congratulations. And now for the last of our blended categories, which is our blended whiskies. This is sponsored by Blue Box Design, who have a short message for you.
Hello, I'm Duncan Robertson, Managing Director of Blue Box Design, and we are the proud sponsors of the World's Best Blended Whisky category in the World Whiskies Awards.
Today we are looking at the box for the blends. So we've got kind of some preliminary artwork and we're kind of translating that into a box, which is really exciting actually.
Blue Box Design, we work on the design and manufacture of rigid boxes. We focus on bespoke, short-run, handmade boxes here in Stirling.
Out in the Atlantic, we saw quite a lot of plastic debris and bottles and all sorts floating past. It brings home really the impact that plastic waste does have on our oceans.
We produce all paper-based packaging. We endeavour to come up with designs that not only look great on shelf, but can actually be disposed of responsibly at the end of their life cycle. And we've taken Team Brewer from initial brief to a finished sample for them to take and review further.
I'm so excited to see what it's going to look like, the final thing. Yeah, I cannot wait.
Now, here are our regional winners. Best American, Breckenridge PX Sherry Cask Finish. Best Canadian, Mr. Sam Tribute Whiskey. Best English, The One Sherry Wine Cask Finish Whiskey. Best Irish, the legendary Silky Irish Whiskey Original. Best Japanese, Nika from the Barrel. Best Scottish goes to Dewar's Double Double 21 years old. And the title World's Best Blended Whiskey goes to Dewar's Double Double 21 years old. Which leaves us with only two categories to go, the single cask single malts and single malts. Starting with the single casks, this category is sponsored by Krasnik 1860, and here is a brief message.
Hello, I'm Klemen Reisman, Sales and Marketing Director of Krasnik 1860, premium glass packaging producer. We are delighted to be the sponsors of the single cask, single malt whiskey category of the World Whisky Awards.
Located in the heart of Europe, with more than 160 years of history, Steklarna Hrastnik is renowned as a global partner for developing and manufacturing world-class engineering glass products. Famous for creating with one of the clearest glasses in the world, Steklarna Hrastnik create a wide array of products, including premium bottles for the spirits and cosmetic industries, and tableware products too. All of Steklarna Hrastnik's products are distinguished by a perfect combination of style and quality, from traditional designs to innovative, award-winning designer solutions. Being made of top quality glass, all their products are acclaimed for their perfect crystal shine and being completely free of heavy metals. When working with Steklarna Hrastnik, not only are the volumes tailored to the customer's needs, but so are the products themselves. All items can be customized through comprehensive decoration techniques which result in unique and stunning results, which speak to their customer's vision. Steklarna Hrastnik is the one-stop shop that offers the full range of services, from idea to development and from design to delivery, all while focusing on flexible and excellent service, quick arrival to the market and tailor-made solutions.
Our regional winners and contenders for the title World's Best are Best American, Western Distillery, Single Cask, number 5410. Best Australian is Adams Single Malt Whiskey Peated Export Cask. Best Austrian, Rauchkoffel Single Malt Whiskey, Single Cask, Sherry Cask 24. Best Canadian is Shelter Point Distillery, Single Cask Peat. Best German goes to Elsburn, Single Sherry Octave, V15-12. Best Irish is the Dunville's Irish Whiskey PX 12 years old, cask strength. Best Japanese is the Shiro's Malt Shishibu, the single cask. Best New Zealand goes to Cardrona Distillery, Glowing Wings. Best Scotch Speyside goes to Spey from Speyside Distillery, Spirit of Speyside Whisky Festival 2020. And Best Taiwanese is Cavalan Solist Oloroso Sherry Single Cask. And the title World's Best Single Cask Single Malt goes to Scotland, to Spey from Speyside Distillery, the Spirit of Speyside Whisky Festival 2020. This leaves us with the highly contested title of World's Best Single Malt. Before we announce the regional winners, here's a message from our sponsor Rankin.
Good evening everyone. My name is Jim Rankin, Commercial Director at Rankin Brothers & Sons. We grow cork and manufacture stoppers and closures for the beers, wines and spirits sectors. We are delighted to continue our support of the whisky category by returning to sponsor the world's best single malt. We wish every success to all who took part in the World Whiskies Awards. Since 1774, 6 generations of the Rankin family have passionately supported the beers, wines and spirits sectors through the development, manufacture and supply of quality cork stoppers and closures. Protecting and adding value to brands worldwide, we understand that they seek more than just an effective functional seal. They desire an aesthetically pleasing closure of great value and quality that resonates well with their brand aspirations. As Corkwood grows, we also understand how our choice of materials can impact the planet. That's why we offer sustainable and environmentally positive materials without compromise to optimal closure performance. Powering our manufacturing sites with green, renewable energies, we are always investing and innovating to ensure that the closures we supply protect your brand and the environment long into the future.
And now here are our regional winners. Best American Single Malt, Western Distillery, Guyana Edition number 5. Best Australian goes to Helios Road Distillery, Henry's Legacy, Freestone Cove. Best Canadian Single Malt is Macaloney's Caledonian Glenloy Single Malt Whisky. Best Danish Single Malt, Moscow Whisky, Petro Jimenez Cask. Best English Single Malt, Bimber Distillery, Oloroso Cask, Batch number 1. Best French Single Malt goes to Ewan Ellis, Jobeck. Best German Single Malt is the Westphalian Cask 99. Best Indian Single Malt goes to Paul John Indian Single Malts PX Select Cask. Best Irish Single Malt goes to Teeling Whisky 20 years old Vintage Reserve. The Best Israeli Single Malt goes to Milk and Honey for the Pomegranate Cask. Best Japanese is the Shiraz Malt Shishibu, the First 10. Best Scotch Campbellton is Glen Scotia Campbellton Harbour. Best Scotch for the Highlands is the Royal Bracla Sherry Cask Finish. Best Scotch Islands, which does not include Islay, is the Lake 18 years old. The Best Scotch for Islay goes to the Bunnahabhain 25 years old. Best Scotch Lowlands Single Malt goes to Rosebank 30 years old. And the Best Scotch Speyside Single Malt goes to the Glenellachie 10 years old Batch 4. The Best Swedish Single Malt goes to High Coast Whisky 63 Batch number 3. And the Best Taiwanese Single Malt is Kavalan Podium Single Malt Whisky. And now the title for World's Best Single Malt 2021 goes to the Glenellachie 10 years old Batch 4. Congratulations. And that concludes the World Whiskies Awards 2021. Congratulations to all our winners. We are looking forward to seeing you all again next year. And before we end today's presentations, we now would like to welcome everybody to the Hall of Fame.
My name is Damien Riley-Smith, founder and managing director of Whisky Magazine. Thank you for joining us for this celebration, as we now move on to the presentation of our highest honour, the Whisky Magazine Hall of Fame 2021. Inspired by the top 100 greatest whisky figures who appeared in Whisky Magazine's 100th edition, the Hall of Fame is our permanent tribute, honouring those who have made a lasting contribution to the world of whisky. All have unparalleled experience in their respective fields, whether it be blending, distillation, commercial, communication, or a mixture of all four. During the first week of February this year, we welcomed 4 new inductees from America, South Africa and Scotland during our regional awards presentations. Today is their opportunity to make their acceptance speeches. And we will also welcome one further hero into the 2021 Whisky Magazine Hall of Fame, this time from Ireland. Before I introduce you to our inductees, we have a message from Amarim Top Series, sponsor of the Whisky Magazine Hall of Fame.
Hello, I'm Hugo Mesquita, Global Sales and Marketing Director at Amarim Top Series. It's with a true delight that we've been associated with the Whisky Magazine Hall of Fame for more than 15 years now. It's an honor. We would like to congratulate deeply the inductees, and we would like to wish to see you all soon in person as soon as we are able to. Until then, stay safe and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Amarim Top Series is dedicated to the design, engineering and production of exclusive capsulated cork closures for the world's most celebrated brands. With passion and vision, they bring together ideas, skills, and inspiration to create exclusive closure solutions that respond to their customers' most in-depth needs and aspirations. Amarim Top Series combine the matchless sustainability credentials of natural cork with a panoply of premium materials and finishes to deliver distinctive, tailor-made design solutions. Know-how, innovation, and creativity are all part of their vision, along with a continuous commitment to explore and expand the superior technical performance and endless expressive possibilities of an exceptional material, cork. Amarim Top Series offers a variety of stopper solutions in 4 market segments: prestige, elegance, premium, and classic value. By building strong connections with their customers, they explore the virtues of teamwork to deliver personalised solutions. Through customised technical consultancy, curated design, and state-of-the-art prototyping services, Amarim Top Series develop creative solutions that respond to their needs and speak to their hearts. Endless customisation possibilities include specific logos and shapes, multiple engraving techniques, and a wide range of colours and materials, from ceramics to glass, wood to stone, and a variety of metals. All are offered in a multiplicity of unexpected combinations. With 150 years of history, Amarim knows cork by heart and is the undisputed leader of the world in cork, producing 5 billion of cork closures per year.
Our first inductee for 2021 is from America. A 7th generation master distiller, the great-grandson of Jim Beam and the son of Frederick Booker Noe Jr., Fred Noe III has curated a level of expertise within the industry that is truly world-class. He has rightfully earned his place in whisky history, and alongside that, his position as the 69th inductee to the Whisky Magazine Hall of Fame.
I'm Fred Noe, the 7th generation Beam family member master distiller. And I'm coming to you today from Bardstown, Kentucky, the bourbon capital of the world. I'm sorry I'm not there physically, but with the COVID, I guess we'll not be having the annual gathering. But I want to take this opportunity to thank Whisky Magazine for the great honor they bestowed on me of being inducted into the Hall of Fame. You know, there's a lot of great individuals in there. A lot of them I'm very familiar with, some I'm not. A lot of them I've drank some bourbon with over the years. And hopefully down the road, we'll be able to drink some together. But I definitely want to take this opportunity to thank everybody who's worked at Jim Beam and helped me through my career. You know, I'm sitting here at my father's table where he selected many batches of Booker's bourbon, actually in the house that Jim Beam lived in. So the legacy continues. My son Freddie will be following in my footsteps. And I was just lucky enough to be born into the bourbon family of the Beams. And I'm just glad I could do my part to carry on the tradition and legacy that was started back in 1795 by Jacob Beam. Cheers. Here's to all the members of the Hall of Fame that I'm joining this year. Hopefully we'll get together and enjoy a taste of whiskey together. Have a good one.
Inductee number 70 has established many firsts for South African whisky. As manager of the James Sedgwick Distillery in Wellington with the 3 Ships label, he was responsible for the first South African single malt, the first 100% locally blended whisky, and the first locally grown single grain whisky. A figure of true international renown who has put a whole country on the global whisky map, we welcome Andy Watts, now Distell's Head of Whisky Intrinsic Excellence, to the Whisky Magazine Hall of Fame.
Thank you to the entire team at Whisky Magazine for this special honour of being inducted into the Whisky Magazine's Hall of Fame. What an incredible moment this is for me. If someone had told me 39 years ago when I first arrived for a 6-month contract as a professional cricketer, escaping the cold English winter, that South Africa would become my adopted homeland and the town of Wellington my heaven on earth place. That I would marry a South African lady, Tanya, who would become my best friend and wife of the last 35 years. That my home language would change from Yorkshire to Afrikaans. That my career would change from professional sport to one in the whiskey industry. That I would have twins, Raymond and Razan, now 28, who neither of them have any interest in whiskey. And that I would be inducted into the Whiskey Hall of Fame. I would have said that sounds like someone else's life. But in the mid-80s, a chance meeting with Brian Morrison and the board of directors of Morrison's on their annual visit to South Africa changed everything. I made several visits over the next few years to Scotland, working alongside whiskey legends Jim McEwen, David Gressick, Alistair Ross, absorbing their infinite knowledge and passion on how to make whiskey. The South African whiskey industry was young. When I started in those early years, I was given quite a few blank canvases, since a masterpiece rarely realizes at the first attempt. Over the next 25 years, together with the team at the James Sedgwick Distillery, we committed all our energy into creating memorable, award-winning South African whiskey. We have expanded our whiskey portfolio, innovated with different cask finishes and styles, and released limited and special editions. Now in my current role as Distell's head of whiskey since 2016, it does feel rather strange to have whiskies reporting to me rather than people or equipment. I come alive when I can share our unique South African whiskies with like-minded people around the world. Talking whiskey is one of my great passions, and although we were challenged the past year in sharing a dram, technology has allowed me to connect with whiskey lovers from around the world. I look forward to reconnecting in person once the world returns to a semblance of normality. To my dad, I wish you could have hung in there to see this, but I know along with Mum you are both looking down from above, still wondering how your sport-mad son got into the world of whiskey. Even though I happened upon a career in whiskey, whiskey has given me more than I could ever give back. I think it's rare that a product can bring so many people together across continents and age groups and be the centre of daily conversations. Whiskey has inspired me, challenged me, humbled me. It has brought me close to a global community of passionate people, and for that I will be forever grateful. Although I'm in the twilight of my career, I honestly do believe that our South African whiskies are only in the dawn of theirs. Thank you.
Our next two inductees are both from Scotland. Inductee 71 joined the Ballantyne Scotch Whisky Company in 1974. He moved to Inverhouse Distillers in 1976 as Master Blender and then joined Burns Stewart Distillers in 1983. A key part of the team that acquired the company in 1988, he played a major role in the acquisition and subsequent rejuvenation of Deanston and Tobermory distilleries. In 2004, he led the acquisition of Benriach Distillery and over the next 12 years reinvented the Benriach, Glendronach and Glenglassaugh distilleries. His mixture of distiller brilliance and commercial astuteness continue unabated as he led the team acquiring the Glenallachlie Distillery in 2017. One of the most highly respected noses and minds in the global whisky industry, we are delighted to induct Billy Walker, Master Distiller of the Glenallachlie Distillers Company.
Hi everybody, my name is Billy Walker. I'm the Master Blender at the Glenallachlie Distillers Company Limited. And yes, it's a great honour to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, which has got some quite remarkable people already inducted and reflects how this industry has been travelling over the many years. Personally, I'm approaching 50 years in the industry. It doesn't seem to be 50 years. And the journey started at Ballantyne's, which was then known and owned by Hiram Walker. It's since gone through a number of changes of ownership, but I have to say I had a wonderful experience at Ballantyne's at a time when the industry was much less consolidated, and there were lots and lots of exciting brands on the market and competing, of course. I then joined Inverhouse Distillers, which I have to say was just such fun. They were a great company. Life moved on, and I joined Burn Stewart, which in these days was a very small company, and over a period of time we managed to buy the company and indeed grow the business, and in the process acquired Tobermory Distillery, which opened up some really quite interesting opportunities again. And as time moved on, in 2003, Burn Stewart was acquired by Angostura. And at that point, it allowed me to go and do a number of other adventures, which involved the acquisition of Benriach Distillery, then Glendronach Distillery, and then Glenglassaugh Distillery. Events overtook us, and we were acquired by Brown-Forman, which again opened up another opportunity to have a discussion with Shivas Pernod, and it allowed us to start this new journey at Glenallachie, which is just such good fun. But you know, over the period of time, it's not just about the Master Blender or Billy Walker, it's about the people who and the teams that have supported all of the initiatives that we've been involved in, and to them I would say thank you very much. There's too many names to mention, but one name I will mention is Trish Savage, who has been a lieutenant, and probably my most important lieutenant over the last 33 years. So thank you for inducting me. My name will appear, but it represents a whole lot of other people who've been part of this incredible journey. Thank you.
Our second inductee from Scotland founded the Signatory Vintage Scotch Whisky Company in 1988. It quickly became internationally renowned for releasing superb whiskies, specialising in the release of rare spirits from closed distilleries. In 2002, he purchased the Edredau Distillery in Pitlochry. He introduced Belechin as the Edredau peated spirit, repurposed the unforgettable visitor experience, and in 2017 completed the construction of Edredau No. 2 and a racked warehouse complex with capacity for 20,000 casks. Our 72nd inductee is one of the most well-respected whisky experts and entrepreneurs in the industry, and we are delighted to induct Andrew Symington, Managing Director of the Signatory Vintage Scotch Whisky Company and Edredau Distillery.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Andrew Symington from the Signatory Vintage Scotch Whisky Company, Edredau Distillery. I believe I've just heard I've been inducted into the Whisky Magazine's Hall of Fame, which, wow, that number 72, that was quite a surprise. I'm very humbled, very honoured to be included in such a magnificent Hall of Fame. I had a look through earlier there to see some of my cohorts that have already been inducted, and yeah, there's quite a number that I've met and shared a drink with, well, a drink or two or bottle or two with some of them. And it also gives me great pleasure to hear that I'm being inducted at the same time as my great friend Billy Walker. I wish him all the best. I'll say a little toast here to him, Slange. So yes, so since my beginnings in 1986 humbly at Prestonfield House, where we did a few independent bottlings, to Signatory being formed in 1988, it was always my pipe dream to own a distillery, which of course was fulfilled in 2002 when we purchased Edredau. And of course Edredau now has two functioning distilleries on the same site, Edredau No. 1 and No. 2. And possibly soon there might be something else happening as well. So, you know, it's been a great journey. The train's left the station, and we just don't know the final destination. So once again, I'd like to thank everybody that's helped me throughout my last 33 years in the industry. There's a lot of great faces, a lot of great friends. A lot of great drinks have been had, and I'm sure a lot of great drinks more will be had once we're over this horrible pandemic. My entertainment hall has a number of names listed for future lunches and things. We're just waiting for the go-ahead And most of you know who you are, but hopefully many of you will be joining me very soon. Once again, I'm celebrating this with a 50-year-old Glenvore. It's the same one I celebrated Richard Patterson's 50th year in the Scotch whisky industry. The bottle's about a third empty now, so just a few more ceremonies and I'll be able to finish it. All the best. Thank you very much. I'm very humbled. Slanjavar.
Our fifth and final inductee is from Ireland. With a career spanning 20 years in marketing and innovation for the Irish Distillers portfolio of Irish whiskies, this individual's approach to brand building has played a central role in the renaissance of Irish whisky. He has been amongst a number of influential figures who, over the past 2 decades, have built Jameson into one of the world's leading spirits brands. He also played a pivotal role in reigniting the single pot still Irish whisky category when, in 2011, he spearheaded the revival of this uniquely Irish whisky style in conjunction with his distilling colleagues at Midleton Distillery, Barry Crockett, Dave Quinn and Billy Layton. Since then, his vision for reawakening the single pot still category has fueled major launches such as Powers John's Lane, Midleton Barry Crockett Legacy, Redbreast Lustau Edition Redbreast 27 years old, and the rebirth of the historic yellow, red and blue spot whiskies. In innovation, he is responsible for the birth of the Method and Madness brand, a groundbreaking family of whiskies and gins that push the boundaries of Irish spirits, both in liquid experimentation and creative branding. Further strengthening the position of the world's best loved Irish whisky, he has successfully expanded the Jameson family with innovative expressions: Jameson Triple Triple, Jameson Cold Brew, and the Cask Mate series. Inductee number 73 is Brendan Buckley, International Marketing Director for Irish Distillers.
Hello everybody, my name is Brendan Buckley from Irish Distillers, coming to you live from Galway in the west coast of Ireland. I'm truly honoured and humbled to receive this award on behalf of myself, but more so on behalf of Irish Distillers. When I first heard about this, I actually wasn't sure if this was for real, but now I know it is. I just genuinely say I'm taken aback and blown away. It may sound like a cliche, but I do believe I'm standing on the shoulders of giants, of all those who went before me, and indeed who work with me today to this very day. So I accept this, not just for myself, but for everyone at Irish Distillers, and in particular for all my colleagues who work in sales and marketing all around the world, and in particular with my colleagues in the distillery in Midleton. So I'm truly honoured. Thank you very much.
We are proud to welcome all 5 illustrious figures to the Hall of Fame and thank each one of them for the extraordinary, lasting contribution they have made to the world of whisky. Now I return you to Whisky Magazine's editor, Christopher Coates, to bring the 2021 Whisky Magazine's awards to a close. Christopher.
Thank you, Damien. Well, that's all for now, folks. What a year it has been. I'm delighted that in spite of the challenging 12 months that everybody in the world of whisky and beyond has had, the whisky category particularly is looking stronger than ever, and I'm sure you'll join me in congratulating all of our nominees and overall winners at this awards today. I'd like to say thank you again to all of our sponsors. They are Glencairn Crystal, Amarim Top Series Design, Bruni Urban, Cask Nolia, Christie's, The Glenturret, Larkfire, McLaren Packaging, Rankin Brothers and Sons, Scotch Bonnet, Prasnik 1860, UPS and West Rock. Also many thanks to Gyron Gimbal Bar in Norwich, who played host to Anita and Damien. Without all of the support from all of these companies, these awards would not have been possible. All of these final results that have been announced today can be found online at whiskymag.com, iconsofwhisky.com and worldwhiskiesawards.com. Of course, you'll also find them fully detailed in the latest issue of Whisky Magazine. That's number 174, which publishes tomorrow. So, all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining us today for this celebration of everything whisky. And please, please don't forget to follow, like and subscribe to whichever social channel you've been watching this broadcast on. And don't forget to let us know what you thought of all of this using the hashtag WhiskyMagAwards. So that's it. Until next time, cheers.